All right, we've got a podcast. I haven't done one of these in a while, but we're going to start off with a little story. So a few months ago now, I was smoking some stogies with a couple pals. We had some scotch, and when scotch is flowing, when the stogies are going, you get into the deeper things in life. It's not the surface level busting balls conversations that you have on a typical basis. So one of the guys posed the question, or asked me the question, what do you want from life? I said the usual. I want 100 acres, I want a ranch, I want a business that does this, I want the family, all this stuff. And he said go deeper, and I didn't know what deeper meant. I thought that was as deep as I got. And then these two guys told me their answers. One was to maximize his gifts in life. The other one was to laugh daily and something else, find meaning in work or whatever. And I realized that I had not actually thought about what I want in life from a deeper level. So I'd figured out what I wanted as far as stuff, but the more I thought about their questions, the more I thought about their answers rather, the more I realized that what we want from life has to be something that we do, not something that we get. If it's something that we get it, and then it's over. And then we need a new thing. And then we need to get something else and get something else, and life becomes just a continual pursuit of things we get, and then it's up, down, up, down, up, down, whatever. There's no real meaning in it. Things have no real meaning. Even accomplishments have no real meaning. And what we get meaning from isn't the achievement, it's the struggle. And everything good in life, whether we're talking about achievements, whether we're talking about doing good, whether we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about anything, developing skills, improving, so forth, it all comes from struggle. It all comes at the back end of pain. And if the good thing comes from the struggle, the pain, the sacrifice, then wouldn't the struggle, the pain, the sacrifice actually be the good thing? Not the end, but the thing we do to get the end. Wouldn't that then be the good thing? So I'm not the most I'm self-aware, but I'm not emotionally aware whatsoever. So I had to read a few books. I had to read, they're not here, they're upstairs. I had to read Strangers to Ourselves. It's a book about the unconscious and this disconnect. So a lot of psychologists, they base their findings on how we answer a question. Or what we say we'll do. But what we say we do and what we actually do are usually different things. So we have what we think of ourselves and who we actually are, our unconscious, our conscious. And this book really is a good book about, it's pretty dry, but it's good about that level of awareness. The other one is Seeking Wisdom from Darwin to Munger. It just goes through different scenarios talking about how we act or how we respond and why we respond, and how to truly be rational. And we're very irrational people. Humans are. We're far more emotional than we'd like to be, whether we know it or not. And then the other one was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, a really good book about what we ought to care about, and how dreams, desires, goals even aren't necessarily the thing that we should place our meaning on or happiness on, any of that. So those three books helped a lot. There's a couple other little books that I think an audio book or two that I listened to. But I came to the realization about what I want in life. And the point of this podcast isn't to tell you what to want in life. It's to make you really think about the fundamental thing that you want in life. And it is not a list of things. It is something that you can go to, that you can Go to when you struggle. Go to at the in the morning when you're trying to find a reason for the day, when you're trying to find a purpose for the day, when you're trying to point your life in a direction. So both of the pals that I was smoking stogies with and having scotch with, they both had things that they can point their day to, that they can point their life to in a direction, and they could do it in the morning, and then that would dictate how they live their life or how they live their day, and that would enable them to do something that would create what they want in life. So then mine became, if I want these ends, if I want the ranch, all this stuff, the business that does well, all these different things, if I want this and it's dependent on struggle, isn't then struggle the good thing? And then if struggle, pain, sacrifice is good, then why not find joy and meaning and happiness in it? So the thing I want from life is to smile while I struggle, to find joy in the pain, and to really search for meaning in the tribulation. So we have struggle that we choose, which I think is the point of a big point of life. Choose your struggles. So a struggle is to build a business. That's a struggle I chose. Instead of going to work for someone or whatever, I chose the struggle of building a business. You do work longer hours. You do take more risks. You do have to learn a lot. Anyway, it's a struggle I chose. Another struggle I chose is to be in good shape. I jack weights 5 days a week. I go hiking. I do all this stuff that I'm not just trying to stay in shape. I'm trying to get in better shape. That's a struggle I chose. Struggle I chose to acquire knowledge. I try to read 1 to 2 hours a day. That's new. I was reading maybe 20, 30 minutes a day, and it was pitiful. And you just don't get smart fast enough reading 20, 30 minutes a day. So 1 to 2 hours a day. It's a big variance, but depending on the day, 1 to 2 hours. Those are struggles. Then there's the struggles that happen to us that we don't necessarily have complete control over, or we do have control over. We just didn't take control when we should have taken control. And that is a struggle that can bring self-pity. Maybe it's where you are in life and you don't want to be there. Maybe it's something that happened to you and you wish it didn't happen. These are still struggles that we have to find meaning in and that we have to smile at and smile through and find joy and purpose through. Regardless of whether it was of our own doing or whether life happened to us, these are struggles that we have. The only logical and rational recourse to take is to make good of them, make the best of them, and do more than make the best of them. Make them good. Find meaning, happiness, and joy in these struggles. And then there's tragedies, really bad things that we think are going to ruin us. Again, we have to find meaning, happiness, and joy in these. So there's these different forms of struggle, and if I can find happiness and if I can smile in the struggles I choose, the struggles that happen to me, and the tragedies that happen in my life, I can't rationalize, or I can't see that my life would be anything but a good life. So a couple things happen. One, the bad things that come into life, you end up not seeing them as bad, you end up seeing them as a challenge. The run of the day, if you see struggle as good, you end up struggling more. You end up adopting more struggle. You end up wanting to do more with your life, with your days. You end up wanting to train more, work more, learn more. All these different things that actually get you more. So if I see struggle as good, then I'm going to see laziness as bad. I'm going to see all these different things as bad, and I'm going to end up adopting more struggle or choosing better struggles. And I'm going to be discerning about what I choose because I want them to be good struggles. So in a nutshell, that's what I want from life. Now think about what you want from life. It can't be the thing. It can't be an end. It can't be something it can't be a dream board thing. It has to be something you do. It has to be something that gives you meaning, or that it has to be something that you choose, and it is more a frame of mind than it is an achievement. Think on this. Comment on it if this is on the YouTube. Let me know what you want in life. No BS answers. No a lady with nice jacks, or those ones that I was given when we had the scotch and cigars, and I was thinking surface level. If you think about what you want from life and it ends up being a mindset, something you do, something an act, not an end, it can be profound. And this should be things we think about on day one. As soon as we can form conscious thoughts, we should have a definition of what we want in life. It may evolve as we learn more and grow more, but how do we not cover this stuff? I've never been asked that question, and I've never really thought about an answer to that question. So this is an important thing that I finally figured out after 34 years, and it might evolve in the next 34, but it's just a simple thing, a simple guiding principle to life. So what do you want from life? Let me know. Take care.